today's topic will be relevant UX, UI and UI testing, and I always like to start with the answer, so. The way it was explained to me was, professionally applied interactive graphic and user experience design improves the bottom line. The number one rule is brand consistency. Consistency is a powerful thing. As humans, we subconsciously expect harmony and order in our everyday interactions. A consistent interface requires less learning because users can carry over their knowledge from one page to the next, making the whole experience more fluid. This ease of understanding develops trust and comfort, which will keep the audience more engaged. Now for the tricky part, user context, at times can trump consistency. There are interface design principles other than consistency, and sometimes these principles can trump those of uniformity. Consulting with your user experience specialist to provide guidance is still the standard best practice to avoid detrimental and/or lasting harm to the user experience, not to mention possible loss of clientele and revenue. The bottom line is, we should strive to deliver the optimal experience for our users. The current reigning standard is to adhere to the principle that, the number one rule is brand consistency. All the communication materials should have the same message and all looks should be consistent. All points should be consistent, including the way the website is coded, and even the quality of paper used in printed materials. All of these points should be consistent because if they are not, it will cause consumers to lose trust in the brand and its messaging. From there I will touch on some of the ABCs, which, for this presentation will be A. A/B testing, aesthetics, anticipation, autonomy. B. Basics, branding and best practices. C. Consistency, continuity, color, and cognition. Just as you need to debug code, you need to debug the UI. And, as with code, you'll get the best results if you integrate usability testing into the development process early and often. Usability testing can help you choose between alternatives. It should certainly be part of each agile iteration. This is called formative testing. When you include usability testing in your development, you will be amazed at how valuable a tool it can be in clarifying what works and what doesn't. Watching people interact with your designs and listening to them describe their mental processes when they run into problems gives you a lot of clues about the fit between the UI and users' mental models. Watching usability tests will not only improve your UIs but sharpen your UI skills as well. In addition, you generally shouldn't test designs when you have a stake in the outcome because of the risk of subtly influencing the users and introducing bias. This is especially true for developers, architects, product owners, and stakeholders. It's useful to ask for the user's impressions of the product, usually at the end of the test, but the test itself must be task-based if you want to get useful results. A similar error is showing users a website and asking them to explore it. Again, there can be a lot of value in this type of task, and often can be used at the beginning of a test to learn what participants find compelling, but it's still important to construct specific tasks that exercise the elements of the UI that you and the stakeholders want to test. In fact, you might want to consider counterbalancing any time you think that the experience of testing one task might affect performance on a subsequent task. It is very important for you to analyze your test results across different kinds of users.